Hi, my name is Sandra Strobel, and I want to talk to you today about school psychology. I like to say that school psychology is one of the best kept secrets because often when people are considering a career profession in psychology, they don't even think about school psychology. So if you're thinking that you'd like to help create effective schools, make a positive difference in someone's life, assist families and teachers, contribute to supportive communities, work with children or youth, then you may want to consider school psychology. There are lots of job openings. There's a shortage within the field of school psychology. We always have more requests for graduates than we are able to graduate in our program. There's also some diversity, a variety of roles and responsibilities. I think it makes school psychology very attractive because your day consists of direct interventions, be it testing or counseling with youth, or indirect services when you're consulting with teachers and administrators and parents in order to help children. There's also a good salary. I'll have a salary slide in a minute, and then good benefits. And there's a lot of job flexibility in that when you get up in the morning, you get to create your own day, determine what you would be doing that day. Of course, there's set meetings at schools where they'd say, we need you for this and that, but you have a lot of flexibility in your schedule and then a lot of stability working for a school system. So if those things sound attractive to you, then school psychology might be the career for you. So you might still be saying, who are school psychologists? Well, we're really psychologists in the school providing mental health care as well as assessment. And you may have never met a school psychologist because there's not one school psychologist per school. They often have several schools, and you may not have ever had any contact if you didn't have any problems. So why do children need school psychologists? You could probably add to this list yourself. Behavior concerns, because we know that when children are young, they have trouble expressing their needs, and often they act out to let you know that something's not right. Children have trouble paying attention in class. They have learning difficulties. They may be coping with crisis and trauma. The list goes on and on. They're all things that school psychologists can help with. Our National Association of School Psychologists has a practice model showing 10 domains of practice. And this is what we promote at Marshall and encourage people in the field. There are some people that have been practicing a long time that are just interested in only doing testing. And it used to be thought of that that's all school psychologists do is test, but that's no longer the case. Where do we work? Well, we mainly work in schools. However, here in West Virginia, we do have the opportunity to become licensed not only by the Department of Ed, but also the West Virginia Board of Examiners of Psychologists. And after 3 years of supervision, including internship, you're able to work independently doing contractual testing in schools. And then after 5 years, an additional 2 years, you can work outside of schools, uh, become independent practice, work for a physician, just now numerous opportunities. Here's an example of the salary ranges, and they do vary by region. And then once you become a nationally certified school psychologist through Marshall, you can go anywhere in the United States and even internationally if you had that interest. Here are the application requirements. Usually people have an education or psychology major because we have 6 prerequisite courses that you need at the undergraduate level, a GPA of 3.0 or greater, and there's the GRE scores. Marshall University is the only school that offers the school psychology program in the state of West Virginia, and it takes 3 to 5 years. 3 years if you're going full-time, and that's 2 years of coursework and 1 year of internship, or 5 years you could do if you were thinking about going part-time. It used to be that you had to be on campus, for every class all the time, but We really have changed things so it's more of a hybrid option. You have the opportunity to attend classes virtually or synchronous at the same time. But there's also sometimes that you need to be on campus. There's some skills that we feel like we can't teach appropriately unless you're on campus. So there are sometimes you do need to come. Classes are typically weekdays after 4 and a few Saturdays. In our program, you get an MA plus an EDS. EDS is a specialist degree. And you're out in the field from the first semester. We encourage you to get a mentor, an adoptive school, and that can be in the area of wherever you live. So you're out there observing, starting to do some initial kind of skills such as observing, interviewing, and then your second year at 80-hour practicum as your skills develop, doing even more out in the schools. And then your third year is a 1,200-hour internship where you're working full-time as a school psychologist. Here's some information about tuition. And we do have some graduate assistantships available. They're very limited. Through Marshall University, we do have one that's in school psychology. We also recently were recipients of a federal grant. And so we do have some limited scholarships also. When should you apply? Just right away. We are on a rolling admission, so you can apply fall, spring, or summer. Most of our students start in the fall and attend as a cohort and progress through the program that way. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me or Dr. Jennings, our program director. Thank you.